Hello, my beautiful hammerheads, and welcome back to another Black Library review. This time, Leviathan by Darius Hinks. And this is a great starting novel for the 10th edition. Maybe you have seen my video as of publishing this right now from yesterday, when I talked about the non-emissary and how terrifying the Tyranid non-emissary is. This is only the beginning. There is by far more to the Tyranids right now, and I love this. My brother and I talked about this in our last podcast, I believe episode 5 was it, maybe, or 6, when we are talking about 10th edition, and that we want the Tyranids to be more than just, oh yes, we're coming to the planet and we're eating it. Yes, this is by far more, and it's terrifying. I love this so much. But before I dive too much into this, let us begin with, well, the beginning of the book. The first signs that something is amiss at, well, the planet we're on is called Regium, and is one of the strongest points in the Sanctus line. The Sanctus line is a line of defense around, well, to protect Terra, of course, and every one of these planets has a strike force, basically, of, well, Space Marines, Astra Militarum, and anything that can defend the planets. And also, those planets have to give a tithe to, well, all the defense measurements thingies. And if, well, the planetary governor cannot provide all of this, he's being executed and replaced with someone else who is more suited for the role. Well, all of this happened at this planet because Regium was besieged by heretics at first, and this is something which is only told in the story because it has not really a greater repercussion. No, a little bit of repercussion for the story, but the main villain, of course, are the Tyranids. And the first signs that there is an imminent Tyranid invasion is, well, people are going mad, and no one knows why, because this is a totally new phenomena, and it is only in certain and specific people. So this has nothing to do with genetics or anything like that, or that those people are just psychically gifted. No, those are different people, either in power or have access to specific things. Because it starts with a woman in a manufactorum, I believe it was, or a mining facility, and she sees all those little bugs and, yeah, well, smallish Tyranids, basically. I don't know how really to explain it. In my mind, they are just really bug-sized Tyranids that they are, well, eating you and puncturing through the skin and eating you from the inside alive. And she's telling everyone at her work, can't you see those? Why isn't anyone doing anything against it? And everyone is just ignoring her, basically. And, well, she's looking for the source of those bugs. She's bringing explosives with her. Oh yes, a mining facility. And, yeah, well, right before she dies and the explosives go boom, she realizes, oh, it was all in her head. Because at this point, the hive mind really did not need her anymore. Another person is basically a godfather who has everything under control, and he's eating bugs and is so mad that he can't control his own workforces. He has no control whatsoever. And the only thing he's doing the whole day is eating bugs, because he's saying we have to eat them first before they eat us. And this is, at first you're thinking, okay, yes, Tyranids, yeah, makes a little bit of sense that people are dreaming about them because, yeah, well, the Great Rift is here, everything is by far stronger, well, everything psychic is by far stronger. And, well, the more the story evolves, you get the feeling of, okay, something is wrong here. Something is very, very wrong. And many people, especially those in power, are having a dream of a Tyranid called the Harbinger. No one has called it by name until a specific point, but everyone knows it as the Harbinger, and that is the Norn emissary. The first time someone says, oh yes, I know this Tyranid, it's the Harbinger, everyone's like, how do you know that name? And at that point it is, okay, now the Nurgling has hit the fan. Everything goes south because everyone is, we can't trust our own people anymore. One of the, I believe it was lieutenants of the Astra Militarum, up until a specific point, he's like, oh, are we sure we want to do this and stuff? And is just second guessing his commander-in-chief. And she's like, why are you second guessing me? I am above you. I know what to do. And yeah, I could talk about this so much because it's fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this, and I can just recommend reading this. And I haven't even spoken about the greater story as of yet. Just the thing with the Norn emissary is so exceptionally good. And all of this is just a plot point. And I hope, please, please, Games Workshop and Black Library, don't screw this up. Oh no, I will tell you this at the end of this review. Yeah, okay, people are going mad. Well, the Ultramarines already know, okay, there is a small ship of Tyranid hive ships in the system. There are small, we have to get rid of them, otherwise they're getting bigger and are going to, well, terrorize Terra. Yes, they're going to attack Terra and the Golden Throne, so we have to stop this little splinter fleet. They're not dangerous, it is small, but we have to get rid of them. So 2/3 of the Ultramarines are going out and are attacking them. But this is all a ploy, because one of the ships, of course, getting attacked, the apothecary biologist and one of the Infernal Sergeant's best friends, well, they escape all of this, and, well, they're bringing a sample with them. And this sample is from a Neurogaunt, and the apothecary biologist saw, okay, something is wrong. When I do this and poke it in the brain, the Tyranids are reacting to it. So he's the science guy, and I love him. He's the, well, the sergeant and the lieutenant are, no, there are so many great characters. I just can't name 3 of them. But okay, the apothecary biologist is one of my favorite characters. He has basically no humor. He's really a science guy. So basically he's a heresist, heretic. I don't know, I'm just so excited, I'm sorry. And because he wants to learn, he wants to adapt strategies, he is an Ultramarine in the 30k universe. He is an Ultramarine basically from the past, like Ural Ventris, like Titus, and I forgot the name of the other one, Unit Thiel. But yeah, with their escape pod, they're flying back to Regium, and there they get picked up by the lieutenant and other members of the first company, and they're asking those two, hey, were there other people with you on the escape pod? No, why? Because we saw stuff running away from the escape pod. And everyone's like, oh no, we brought Tyranids with us. But okay, they can't be much. That's totally fine. It's not totally fine because then and there the guerrilla warfare begins. The non-emissary and her small retinue are wreaking havoc. Well, not really wreaking havoc. Everything, I would say, is either a massive spoiler or just a misdirection. And I don't want to spoil or misdirect you, because with all those dreams for all the maddening of the people, the non-emissary gathers information about the landscape, about plants and everything. So she knows what you know, and is diverting resources or squads with those people she's basically controlling with dreams and prophecies. This is so terrifying. At one point, you can't trust people anymore. And those people shouldn't even trust their own decisions, because it's not really clear if it's really their decisions. At one point, this is a slight spoiler, I'm sorry, but just to convey how incredibly terrifying this is. Of course, there are gene stealer cults at the planet. Shouldn't be a big spoiler because it's Tyranids. Gene stealer cults are a thing now. And you don't know if people are gene stealer cults or if they are being manipulated by the non-emissary. And here it begins, because some people are calling the Ultramarines outworlders, because they basically are. And this is going back to their empire builders. Which is totally the truth, because the Emperor made Guilliman to build empires. This is his role. This is his whole being. And the non-emissary is using this. So she's the seeds of dissent, I don't know, I'm sorry, are there. And with those dreams, again, she's controlling the people, and one of which who has a certain role in resources and squads deployments is sending out a couple of Ultramarine squads and telling them, oh yeah, we need you there because of something. And because she wants to delay them, to show the people the Ultramarines are fallible, they have their flaws and stuff, and everything goes wrong, of course. It wasn't really her choice. She was made to do this. And then there are preachers who are thinking that those dreams are prophecies from the Emperor. Okay, let us end this here. I love the non-emissary. As much as I love my Ultramarines, this is a really great villain for the whole of 40k. Well, not that the non-emissary is a single being, but you get the gist. That the non-emissaries are terrifying. That they are not just biological vacuum cleaners. What I really enjoyed is that the apothecary biologist and the librarian are such close buddies, because both of them are not really shunned by their brothers, but no one really spends time with them because they're so strange. Of course, the apothecary has his one buddy from the Inferno Squad, the sergeant, but it's still, both of them are loners, and so they get along very, very well, and I love this. This is so sweet. Especially all of the Primaris Marines feel more human. Well, except of the Apothecary, because he's so distant to everything. He tries to think how a person would feel or anything like it. But the Lieutenant is one of the most human Marines after Uriel Ventris, and, well, this is the only example in my head right now. I'm sorry, there are by far more, but it's too warm and my brain is being attacked by the non-emissary in form of heat waves. Of course, there are more likable characters in the novel, but it would be too much to talk about all of those. The governor, the newly appointed governor, is very likable. I really enjoyed his storyline, but there are some people, I don't know what to say. I could say mean things, but that would be totally misleading. And I just thought they were superfluous. In the end, it made sense because all the storylines congregated. But up until a specific point, I just thought, why are they here? Is this just to break up the plot a little bit, to well, maybe mislead us, or just to break the pace? Because at those instances when those people were the plot point, I just thought, okay, now the story is holding. It sounds more negative than it is, because all of the chapters are pretty short. Just a few of them are exceptionally long, but just felt weird. But in the end, it totally made sense, and that made me glad, because it did not feel wasted. Also, what I enjoyed, I don't want to go out with a negative thing, it isn't as negative as it sounds, is how the Primaris Marines in this story are really brothers, more or less, because the Apothecary and the Inferno Squad sergeant are really cute with each other. The lieutenant and the librarian are best friends forever. And you can feel this, as the librarian is hiding something from the lieutenant, and the lieutenant is like, he's hiding something from me. And there are hints here and there that they know more about each other than they know about themselves, which is really, really nice. I want more of this Black Library. So thank you, Darius Hinks, for that, because this is a friendship. This is a brotherhood. They know more about each other than they know about themselves. I want more of this. And also that the Apothecary takes on certain behaviors of his friend. Also very cute, because, yeah. But yeah, what I wanted to say, the last thing is, please, 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 Games Workshop and Black Library, don't screw this up. This is an excellent starting point for 10th edition, for the storyline with the Tyranids as the great big bad evil. I love this. Take the end of this book, work with it. Not specifically with these characters. You can, as much as it would hurt me, you can kill them off. I care about the characters, but I would understand. The thing is that without spoiling anything, stuff is happening. All of the story has mirrors in it. So you can see something is happening here, something is happening there. Or it's just in another scale. It's very good writing. I enjoyed this very, very much, because it made me smile a lot to see those details and then see them evolve into different things. Very good. And with the end here, what happens? As I've said, it doesn't have to be with these characters. Just take the end and do something with it. It is such a good plot point. Don't make it a series. Don't make another Dawn of Fire series. It would be too slow. A topic for another video. But before I end this, in my video yesterday, I talked about the non-emissary and how she's attacking specific beings in power. So, lieutenants, captains, specific Astra Militarum people, and so on and so on. And we get glimpses at more. That all of this, as I've told you, is we see it in a small scale going to the bigger scale. All of this is the small scale. The hive mind is going at a greater prey. I will leave you with this. Read the book. It is very good. All in all, for me, this is 9 out of 10 Termagants being shot down before they can reach you. But yeah, it's great. I want more. And this is not only for Ultramarine fans, not only for Astra Militarum fans or Tyranid fans. This is for everyone who's starting 10th edition, which is great. This is a very good book to introduce to people to 40k in the new edition, to the new storyline. Great. For everyone else, this might be an 8 out of 10. Also totally fine, very great, very good. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Leviathan by Darius Hinks? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're down there, do all the YouTube stuff, because hitting buttons is fun. If you want to support the channel and you don't know what to say, just write Leviathan in the comments. Have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!